name is Thomas Ledford, aka Taxman88, and this is the 5th scenario of lesson 1. And we're gonna go through the next 2 scenarios live on Tuesday. We're gonna cover Cindy Lewis and Joseph Bell. I'll cover those 2. Actually go through how to prepare that using Acrobat Adobe software opposed to Drake. Well, I might use both techniques to show you how simple it can become once you build a foundation by learning how to do it by hand. So you definitely want to make sure you print out enough forms to be able to do these different scenarios by hand. That way you get a true understanding of what you're doing, and along with the forms and the other training that you have access to, having it all come together to make sense for you is the key to that. So Tuesday training, we're going to cover Cindy Lewis and Joseph Bell, along with any other questions you may have concerning the information I've already given you to read and to learn. So in this one, like I say, for time purposes, it's already been prepared. I'm just going to go over everything I've done. And so the first page is personal information page. It's the same as the 1040. You're going to fill out their name, address, telephone number, filing status. If they have any dependents, you're going to put those in. And from there, whatever type of income they got, you're going to add those up, put them on the appropriate lines, and you're going to keep going. And then remember, inside Drake, you answer those questions about foreign security and virtual currencies. No, 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 no. And come out of that to escape. In this particular one, we have interest income. Interest income we can go straight to income, and we can go to taxable interest to be, put that amount there, which I did, $19, come out of there. Then we want to go to wages. We got 2 different wages. Open that up. And like I say, when it comes to the W-2s and everything that I gave you to create the scenario by hand, you basically going to just take box 1 of both W-2s for married couples and add them up. Put that on line 1. You're going to take the federal withholdings from box 2 of both W-2s and add the total of those up and put on line 17 for federal withholdings. And so those are the things you want to do after you get through finishing the basic information on the 1040. Is once you start adding the income up, put them where they belong, right then and there on the 1040, so you won't forget it. Come out of there. Then we have unemployment. See, unemployment. I gave you information. I gave you a form for unemployment. Gave you forms for W-2s. And so you definitely gonna take where the unemployment go on the 1099. I mean on the 1040, and put it in an appropriate box. And so again, the EF selection just means it's ready for EF. You want to go straight to that, check it, even though it's not ready for the EF yet. You want to already been and done that. So when it get ready, you want to go do it. And so the PIN number, the date of birth, today's date, and my PIN number here, the client's PIN number automatically generates as a result of that using Drake. And then we go to consent to disclose tax return information. We put the day's date on both. And then they'll sign off on it when we print it. The day's date on both. Remember, married couples got to put the day's date on both lines. ID information, fill that out. Boom, it speaks for itself. Miscellaneous, this one here. We fill in information for both. The date, whatever date we did it on. Then we hit consent. Come out of that. We go to calculate. They both are green, meaning they're good to go. So I go to view mode. Just make sure there's no messages. We have no messages or notes here. No messages. We got notes here, but we always have notes. Notes don't mean anything. It's just messages are the things you have to clear up in order to process the return. And so as a result of putting information in, the 1040 calculated and the Schedule 1 calculated. And Schedule 1 is dealing with the unemployment income that you had. So that goes on Schedule 1. And the 1040, like I say, you can fill out the filing status, fill out the personal information section. If they had any kids, it would go here. Since they didn't, the W-2 totals, row box 1. Taxable interest went on 19. Unemployment, 7A, other income, schedule 1, carried over to here. And so since you're doing it by hand, you go straight to 7A and put unemployment right here. And then you got to get the schedule 1 form and put it on that form as well. So you got to have a 1040 and a schedule 1 form completed that has tax return done correctly. And then from there, you'll add up the money, $54,106, bring that down. You subtract the standard deduction amount for being married of $24,400, which leaves $29,706. This is the taxable amount, which we're going to find out how much taxes they pay being married. So the taxable amount is $3,179. So that's the tax they on that money. And we bring it right here, we bring it here, we bring it here. And then federal withholdings was $54,008. So $5,408 was taken out in federal holding for all income. And then when we subtract that from this, $22.29 is the overpayment, which is the refund amount that they get back. And so that's what you want to do. So as long as you got your forms printed out and you're doing these by hand to get started with, by the time you finish basically these first 5 to 7 scenarios, hopefully you have a better understanding of what you're doing. Because, like I say, the way you fill out each form was universal. The only thing going to change is the name of the clients and their personal situation. That's the only difference. Just remember, the way we fill out all the forms is going to be universal. It's just the client's information and the names and situations will vary. And so, and I sent you over the W-2s for both clients, the unemployment statement. So, and along with the summary, so you should have enough information to do this by hand, but the forms you printed out at home for yourself to be able to do these scenarios with. So again, the 1040 and the schedule 1 was what generated. Come out of that. And I'm going to see you in my next video.